Hey, it's your boy T Rob. Welcome back to the podcast, Unapologetic Perspective. Um, Once again, we've been watching the numbers with every video that we put out. We're seeing our numbers are going up, our following is going up, and I want to tell everybody I really appreciate the love for the content that we're putting out. This stuff is near and dear to my heart, really. You know, the purpose of this show is to talk about my journey. So, if anything in my journey can help somebody out in their journey in life, that's the purpose of all of the content that I'm putting out. I believe wholeheartedly that I had to go through something in order to have a message for everybody out there who may think that they're alone in the struggle out here and that they've hit a dead end or hit a wall when it comes to trying to figure out what the direction is in life that they need to be going. So once again, like I said, man, I appreciate all the love that you all have shown me by liking and subscribing. If you haven't yet, if you watch my content more than once, if you're getting something from it, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps the algorithm out. As we build, we're going to be putting out better content. I look forward to doing interviews with some of your favorite content creators talking about serious issues. We want to try to address some things within ourselves, and that's the purpose of this. Is talking about what we can do, because we can't change the world. As I've said before, you can only see the world for what it is. The world can upset you, and you can feel like the world needs to change to fit what it is or the narrative that you believe. But at the end of the day, the world is what it is. We want to learn how to navigate within the world so we can have more peace in our souls. The thing about when you have a peaceful inside, it translates or it trickles down to everything else in your life. You'll find that your relationships are much easier. Your finances start to flow much better. Energy is surrounded by everything, right? Anything that we hold on to or put a lot of pressure on, we break. But the minute that we start to bring ourselves into ease and out of dis-ease, right? Let's look at that word, ease and dis-ease, right? Dis-ease being connected to the word disease, as in having something wrong internally. We can look at it in the same way with our mind state. When our minds are in dis-ease, then we start to realize that everything that we want, everything that we try to manifest, we push away from us. That's what these videos are about, and I appreciate the love. Welcome back to the Unapologetic Perspective. I'm your host, T Rob, with another video. And as we know, the topic of these videos are basically focused around how to be mindful. Mindfulness is going to be an important aspect to anything that you want to do in life. Career, family, relationship, everything has to be cultivated through mindfulness. So on this channel, we talk about personal responsibility, being mindful, and just cultivating a mind state that will get you in a place to get everything that you want in life. Everything that you want to have in life, I truly believe, comes from you first, figuring out who you are, and then genuinely asking yourself, if and when you get what it is that you want, what you have to do to maintain it. And that's all going to be based on what you put into the situation. So with that being said, we're going to jump into the topic of the day. Oh, I want to send a shout out. My mom is here on set. She's watching us record. And as always, a shout out to my producer, who actually got me started in this. I think I give him a shout out every time we do these videos. I always show him the love that I believe he deserves, because he's the one who pushed me to go ahead and do what it was that I needed to do. I would have probably been still trying to figure out the particulars of the show and trying to make it perfect. And he said, just go ahead and put the content out. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just do it. And then as you watch it grow, you'll understand why you just need to focus on putting it out there. Don't worry about it being perfect. So I always give him a shout out for that. Plus, he does great work behind the scenes. He's the one who clips, does all the edits, and he puts all the shorts on Instagram and YouTube. So shout out to him. I want to talk about something that's very important. And every topic that I get into on this channel is something that I personally had to go through in my life to get to the other side and figure out what the purpose of it was, right? So on my way up and on my way of trying to figure out what it is that I wanted in life, I attempted to take everybody with me. Early on in my life, I felt like if one person just had the motivation, you can put your feet on the ground and get moving, and you'll be able to bring everybody along with you. You just had to be the person who was willing to get out there and take the brunts and take the bullets first to show everybody else what was on the other side of the mountain. I had to realize that that was not the case. That oftentimes when you try to drag people along with you on your journey to get where it is that you want to be in life, you're going to find that you're not pulling them to a better place. They're actually holding you back from getting where it is that you need to get in life. The unfortunate part is you're going to have to leave some people behind in order to get what it is that you want out of life. That's just the hard, difficult part of it. People are going to watch you. They're going to analyze what it is that you're doing. And oftentimes they're not even going to have faith in what it is that you're trying to build. That's why they tell people to not talk so much about what it is that you want to get out of life, because people are not really paying attention to what it is that your journey that you're on. They'll see you putting in the work, but they don't recognize greatness until greatness has arrived. So oftentimes it's better for you to just keep it to yourself, do what it is that you need to do, and then let your work speak for itself. But on your way up, as you're starting to make effort in what it is that you want to get out of life, you're going to come to the realization that some people are going to have to fall off. You're going to have to leave some relationships behind, and some things are going to have to die. A big part of that is that you're going to get talked about. You're going to get looked down on. People are going to project their fears onto you and tell you you can't do it, and that you're going in a direction that nobody has gone in before, and you shouldn't be on this path because it could be anything. It could be black folks don't do this. What you're trying to attempt, we don't do. We're black. That's not something that we do. Pay attention to all of these things, but do not let them sink in. If you really want something out of life, the only thing that's going to hold you back is going to be you. But the seeds that are planted in your mind during the transition will cause you to doubt yourself. So it's important that you silence the voices. Don't listen to the voices when they're trying to tell you what it is that you can and can't do. It's going to be a very important factor in your transition to being what it is that you want to be in life. I remember when I decided to get into HVAC, I had a lot of people around me that told me that the opportunity wouldn't happen because of my race. And because of my race, they weren't going to give me the opportunity. Also, I had a background. And I had very little work experience up until that point. So for most people, they believed that I couldn't get to where it was I wanted to be because of all of these factors, right? And I had to shed those people out of my life, because had I not done that, I wouldn't be where I am today. What I found out on my journey was that my friends who had a certain mind state, they didn't intentionally want to hold me back from the things that I wanted in life, but because of where they were at in life and the way they saw the world, it wouldn't allow for them to see anything better for me as well as them in the time. But as I started to claw my way up and get to where I wanted to be in life, then came other factors. People still had the naysayer attitude about things, but what I had to realize was that I had to shed some of these people. It wasn't doing me any good being around people who didn't see their true potential, so they couldn't see my potential. The thing about people is if they can't see their true potential, if they have fears, if they have things that are holding them back, they'll never be able to give you what it is that you need to be given to get you on your way, on your journey. And it's not personal. There's nothing personal about it, right? People don't intentionally hurt you all the time. It's just hurt people. Doubtful people will always doubt you as well as they doubt themselves. They'll always tell you that you can't have something that they don't believe that they can have themselves. And the problem is, on the other side of that, if you've not dropped these people off along the way, they will start to resent you. Not always, but sometimes. They will start to resent the place that you've gotten in life because you were able to get to a place that they've never been able to get. You want to be careful and you want to watch people on your way up. Everything that you need to know about the people around you, you'll find out if you're quiet enough to listen to it. You'll find out what they're truly about, if they're truly supportive of your efforts and the things that you want to do in life. They'll start to say it. They'll say little remarks that maybe you don't catch on to. They'll project their fears onto you. And if you're not paying attention, these things may go right over your head. But if you pay attention and you stay quiet enough, you'll see who really supports you. You'll start to see who's projecting their fears onto you. You'll start to realize that some of these people, you're gonna have to let them go. And it's all in love, right? Don't do it in hate. I always say, well, I try to always say on this channel, that nothing is truly in hate. People don't really hate you, but how they feel about themselves, they can't feel better about you than they feel about themselves. So just be observant when it comes to the people around you. But you're gonna have to drop some people off. I've literally in my life seen the wheels turning in people's heads when I told them good news. When I told them things that I was getting ready to do, I could see the wheels turning. I could see the fear in their eyes when they thought I was getting ready to leave them behind. I could see how they felt about their own inability to do things when I told them the things that I was able to achieve. Whenever I made it to that next level, I would always see a new devil that came with that thing. Oftentimes, I've had to drop people off as friends, and some have come back around, some we talk every now and then, but during the whole process of getting to where it was I needed to be in life, those people had to take a back seat. And sometimes it's gonna be your family, sometimes it's gonna be people that you really wish supported you on your journey, but they just aren't capable of doing so. Sometimes they do things in good faith because they don't know any better. And what I mean by that is they think they know what's best for you, but they actually don't know what's best for you in terms of what it is you truly want to do inside of you. You may have a journey in you that they've never taken before, and the safe way in their eyes is to go in one direction, and you have a spirit and a soul that wants to put you in a different direction that will take you further than anybody you've known has ever been before. And so people will try to keep you on a straight path because they want what's best for you. But you have to let that voice inside of you keep you going down that road that might get you to a place that's so great that when you look up, everybody says, I didn't think you can do it, but now I'm proud of you. People do stuff out of love. And I heard somebody say this one time. He said, people may do stuff out of love that will hold you back, that they really don't know they're harming you. And I've actually had that situation in my own life with my own kids. I thought I knew what was best for them. I thought I knew what they should get out of life and how to get it. But they had dreams and aspirations in their own road to travel, and I had to allow them to go down that road. I can't live my life for them just like they couldn't live their life for me. So you wish people well and you send them on their way. Now, as far as my kids go, in my love and in my wisdom of doing things, I have to let them bump their heads on their own, and they're not allowed to come back to me when they make those mistakes and me pick up the pieces, because that's not part of the journey. Part of the journey is you make the mistakes and then you have to be the one to be accountable for those mistakes. One of the biggest things that I'll be talking about on this channel is accountability. You can't get anywhere in life without being accountable. And I think on the other side of that is when you don't have accountability for things, you never learn a lesson, right? That's why one of the big things on the show as well is going to be talking about victimhood and talking about how it's better to see yourself as a champion than a victim. If you look at yourself as a victim, you're not going to get to where it is that you need to go. But I digress. We'll go back to the topic at hand. Finding your way and getting to where you need to be will require that you make some changes. I was listening to a video by a guy where he talked about how when you're transitioning into being the person that you have to be or that you want to be in life, you're going to find yourself alone. You have these friends who aren't on the journey with you, but then you have yet to catch up to the group of people that are going to be on the same level that you want to be on. So you have a space in between that where you're going to be alone. There's not going to be anybody with you to support you. You're going to look up and look around and you're going to wonder what it is that you've done to get yourself in this place. And it becomes very scary when you are on this journey alone. But if you stick it out, you're gonna meet the next group of people who are on the same path and the same road as you. But you have to go through that period where there's nothing there. There's nobody there. You find yourself by yourself trying to figure these things out. You may have one or two people in your life who support you, but for the most part, you're in a place of loneliness. And this is the place where the real growth starts to happen in your life. So it's better to embrace it than to run back to the situation that you were in. Because I can guarantee if you run back to that situation, there's nothing waiting there for you. Moving forward requires that you go through a very fearful process where you don't know if things are going to work out. You have all these dreams and aspirations and you want things out of life, but it doesn't seem quite, you're not in that place where it's going to pan out. You don't know what's going to happen. And it's tricky. It's tricky to be there because it's safe to be here where the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. But if you stay in the place where you're comfortable at, but uncomfortable at, make that make sense, right? I'm gonna say that again. If you stay in the place where you're comfortable at, but uncomfortable at, you will live with regrets. It's better to take a chance and fail and say, at least I tried, than to stay in the place where you're comfortable, but uncomfortable at, and never try at all, because you will be regretful later on in life. So you're gonna have to shed some things, and unfortunately, that's gonna be some of the people around you. When you get to the other side, you're gonna realize that some of the people around you are still gonna look at you in a certain way, because what you do is gonna expose or make them feel like they're inadequate. And you only did what it is that you have to do for you. You're not trying to make anybody feel inadequate. You just want to live to the best of your abilities and do everything that you can to make your dreams come true. But it's going to put some people in a weird place because their fear didn't allow them to do or take the chances that you have taken in life. And for that, they may become a little bit resentful of you. You're going to have to be okay with that. It's a book out there that basically teaches you how not to care about what other people think. The worst thing that you can do is live and die on the opinions of other people. If you decide that you give a shit about the opinions of everybody around you, the opinions on the internet, the opinions of everybody in the world, you'll never get to where it is that you want to go, and you'll only end up in a place where you're in a depressed state. You have to shed all of that. You have to believe in yourself above and beyond what other people are saying. They're going to throw little jokes at you, say little things to you. They're going to try to discourage you in certain ways. But if you keep going, if you keep fighting, how often do people not get to where they want to be in life when they keep fighting for what it is that they want out of life? You got to put the work in. And you got to be okay with leaving people behind. And you got to be okay with people not seeing your vision. And you have to be okay with people being resentful of you because you shine a light on what they haven't been able to do. People are going to dislike you regardless of what you do. If you stay in that place where you never elevate yourself, they're going to talk shit about you. If you grow beyond their reach, they're going to talk shit about you. They are just going to talk shit about you regardless. So why not take the path less traveled to get to what it is that you want out of life? For me, it's a no-brainer. I can never go back. I've come too far. I've gotten too far in my life to where I can never look back at the person who I used to be. I've made it through that gray area where I was alone, where I was trying to figure it out, where I was uncertain, and now I'm on the other side of it. I put one foot in front of the other, and because I was able to make one thing pan out in life, I feel like I could do anything I want to do. And that's usually what it is, right? You have to have one win in life. If you can get one win in life, you'll feel like you could do anything that you want to do. You just need that one win. And sometimes it takes small steps. Maybe it's just as much as getting up in the morning and fixing your bed, vacuuming your floor, putting down a habit that maybe you decided you couldn't live without, but you're at the point where it's becoming a burden to your life. And you've decided, okay, maybe I should put this down for a minute and see how I feel without it. Changing your environment some, if you have the option to do so. Going to a place where you can sit in quiet and reflect on your life and what it is that you really want to get out of life. Eating healthy, whatever it is, one step towards your goal. It will rewire your brain to realize that you can do whatever it is that you want to do in life. But you have to take one step towards it. Make it a small step, nothing huge. Just one small step in your life can change the trajectory of your life for the rest of your life and those around you. Why not try? Why not try to be a better man, be a better person? If I could say one thing and give somebody advice out there, which I tend not to try to give advice, but my life has been a reflection of somebody who's made a ton of mistakes. And through all of those mistakes, I just kept going. I would say just that. Forgive yourself for the mistakes that you've made. You're not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Sit with it, live with it. Forgive other people for the mistakes that they've made, and then see your way forward in life by putting one foot in front of the other. Just make the effort. Stop letting the voice inside of your head tell you you're inadequate, you can't do it, and you're gonna fail. Don't let the voice of other people penetrate and tell you you're inadequate, you can't do it, and you're gonna fail. If you could do just that for one moment, you can get to the place that you want to be in life. These videos are made so that I can help other people who have been lost early in life and try to figure it out later on like I have. There was a point in my life where I thought I couldn't do anything right. I'd made so many mistakes. But when I got on the other side of it, I realized that part of my purpose was to talk to other people and try to get them on the same path, because the only finish line is when you're dead. As long as you have breath in your body, you can get up and do something with your life, and you can try to make your days better. The greatest achievement that you can make in life is to be at peace with life. These videos are here to help you all with that, and we're going to keep making them so that we can get through to some of you all. Now, I don't talk to people individually because I feel like it's a little bit more of a struggle, and I don't have the time on my hands to do it. I'm too busy working on my own life still. To this day, I'm figuring things out. But I put these videos out for that very reason, and I stay true to this message because this message has worked for me. So I'm gonna continue to do this. You're gonna get at least 3 videos a week. We're gonna create more content. I took a little time off last week because I have a day job. I run my own business, so I have to operate that as well as doing this. This is my passion project. But we're gonna be putting out more content for you every week. And feel free to hit us up in the comment and let us know what you think. Please try to keep it peaceful. We're doing this out of love. We don't want to fight with anybody. We don't want to go back and forth with anybody. Everything that we do here is out of love for you all and trying to make better men and women by cultivating a healthy mind state. This is your boy T. Rob, and I will see you guys on the next video. Please like, subscribe, hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. To be honest, we put a lot of money into this stuff, so we want to see a return on it. You can help us with that. I don't know if we have a hype button on the video, but if we do, please hype the videos as well. Share the content with somebody who you care about, who you think will benefit from the message that we're trying to put out. It's your boy T. Rob once again. I'll see you guys on the next video. Yeah.